Welcome back to the exploration videos. And today we will be exploring the swamp. Yes, the delicious swamp. So I hope you enjoy this little trip. We'll take a look around, look at the sights, see what it looks like, get a feel for the area, so when I do jump cuts, you won't get too confused. Well, you could always just watch the live audio, which really has terrible commentary because, you have to play the game, you have to think of what to say, and I'm a horrible commentary. I'm a horrible public speaker, so, yeah, there's that. But it sure is a swamp. I actually quite like the terrain in this area. I know I keep saying this with a lot of the areas, but I don't know, it just has this... It has an atmosphere. I do enjoy the rain personally, so... I don't know, it's just... There's something relaxing about the rain. So, this is what we have. We have a nice little camp by what seems to be a bog. We'll take our things with us, but yeah. And as you see, there is balloons flying about. We'll just give it a quick wave, and then just to say hi, and then we'll move on. As you can see, we have 9 areas to explore, so we should get cracking. Let's take a look at Area 1. Alright, we have our typical herbivores if we ever get hungry and we have a barbecue spit with us. Always delicious. Well, the general interesting notes about well, I'll get into that a little later. First of all, there is a special little gathering spot in Area 1. You can get your stolen items back, very handy, and is very close by too. You can collect barrel bombs, not barrel bombs, but small barrels. You can also collect, I believe it is large barrels, no, only small barrels, but you can also collect throwing knives, gunpowder, and other crafting equipment. So it's a handy little spot, Area 1, if you want to make, say, some paralyzed knives. Now you may be wondering why I'm not wearing armor for this. Well, Boxy Brown don't need armor to explore. But getting back to the tangent I was about to go on a little bit before. Well, the swamp's interesting features is there is a lot of mushrooms. I mean, you would think the jungle had a lot of mushrooms, but there are tons of mushrooms here. So, if you're interested in some mushroom picking and the farm isn't enough for you, try checking out this area. There is plenty of parashrooms, toadstools, and there's a good deal of excited shrooms too. And some nitrum shrooms and some blue mushrooms. But basically, you get a lot of it, but mostly status ailment mushrooms. As you can see, that's what the mushrooms look like here in this zone. And we have a Hermitor. Yeah, he's gonna bug us. And I was hoping I could kind of climb up there a little. There is also a good deal of vegetation in the area that you can gather, mostly in the form of sunset and sleep herbs. And there is also quite a few antidote herbs as well, so if you're looking for that and the farm isn't good enough, well, this is the place to go, or at least one of them. Though I highly suggest just getting 3 farm fields and you'll basically be set for life. Now, I accidentally used a mega potion there. That was not intentional. that was me pressing the wrong button. That is quite horrible. Anyway, I would like to point out that those crystal formations right there, you can get Akito jewels. So I believe this is the earliest spot you can get Akito jewels. If you're in the market for those, go check it out. Otherwise, the mining isn't too noteworthy, aside from you can get a lot of both kinds of jewels, actually. And from these crystal formations, you also have a chance of getting soot stones. Now, what are soot stones, do you ask? They are account items, just like eggs. You carry them, and if you have backpacking skill, it'll make your life a lot easier. But the main problem with soot stones is they're heavier, thus you move slower. And the mob placement is atrocious. The second you pick up a soot stone, new mob placements appear, and like these Aya Prey and those Gendromes in the previous room, they will be in, well, they'll be in area 1, and they'll be in your way. And in area 4, there's Congolalas. In area 5, there's not bull dromes. What am I thinking about? Bullfangos. Basically, everywhere you go, there will be monsters placed just to make sure that they force you to break the soot stone. And considering the amount of effort you have to put into it and the time, the small amount of money and points that you get, it's not worth it. But as you can see, Kitty's been poisoned. That's the main feature of the, what are they called? Aya Prey, yeah. Their main special ability is poisoning. Gia Prey freezes you down in a snowball. The Velociprey are, well, the Velociprey are Velociprey. The Velocidromes, at least in Freedom, they would call for help. I haven't seen them call for help in Freedom Unite yet, though, but that might just be because I killed them too quickly. The Genprey and the Gendromes will paralyze you, making them the most annoying of the preys. And the Aya Prey, while they're the toughest of the preys, the strongest, that doesn't make, how should I put it? It doesn't say much. I mean, they poison you, and the poison is pretty worthless in Monster Hunter for the most part. And antidotes are pretty easy to make and come by as well. Oh, and yes, they also do put congas in Area 6 too, apparently. I do quite enjoy the reflections on the ground when you're in the cave. Just a little thing I'd like to note out. And I really do like that you kind of see the mountains and cliff sides in the side as you run along the bog or the swamp. It's almost the same thing. As you can see, there's the cliffs and the mountainsides. I quite enjoy the view. I especially like Area 8. I can imagine that this is hell in multiplayer, with so many moving, animated sort of GIFs moving about, and I don't think that would interfere with the packets, but I can imagine it'd be like one of these things that people missed when they're making the game, and, well, I'll just have to see. Otherwise, I do actually quite like it that there's this field of, like, I would guess wheat, perhaps rice of some sort. It looks like wheat, though. And that there's a little animation of the wheat sort of flowing in the wind. But, I mean, the only real noticeable features of this area, or not area, but the swamp in general, is probably the soot stones, and it's pretty decent place if you're looking for jewels for decoration crafting. And the status ailment mushrooms aren't bad at all either. I will admit that much. So, excuse me once more. Sorry about that. So, we're gonna go take a look at 4. Well, we're already in 4. As I mentioned, there are congas. They will attempt to knock the sootstone out of your hands, if they can. If you really are gonna go for sootstone runs, I suggest going to 2, where it's relatively safe, then to 4, then to 1, and then to the camp. It's a little bit longer of a route, but it's also safer because you're in area 1. There will be like 4 Gendrums and 4 or not Gendrums. That would be overkill. Sorry, but there would be about 4 Genprey and 4 Aya Prey, so they will mess you up. And since you're moving extra slow because of the sootstone, that means you're not going to be able to get anywhere very fast. But these sorry. I've been farming that guy a little, so I have Boldrum on my mind. But yeah, the Bullfangos, they will generally get you if the Congas didn't get you. So that would have to, well, just don't go for sootstones unless you really have to. Go for, if you're farming account points, then go for the eggs. Also, the Veggie Elder is here. And an interesting fact, Boxy Brown bashes her head against the shield when she does the nod animation. I'll have to show that off a little bit better next time. But we will continue with the forest and hills in the next video. I'll see you then.